Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of the Rough Draft. I am your host, Kevin Alberto Sabio, and in this episode, I'll be talking about my latest release, Second Chance Points. Thank you for tuning into this latest episode of Rough Draft. It is now the month of May. Let me start with some housekeeping. Obviously, in the month of May, I have my publishing anniversary, so I would like to celebrate my publishing anniversary for Seductra Web of Desire. Yeah, Seductra came out about 5 years ago, 2017. One of my better stories I feel is very much slept on, but hey, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? But now to get to the matter at hand. Bam! One more time. Bam! Let me show you one more time. Bam! My latest release, Second Chance Points. So the book has finally dropped. Second Chance Points is now on the market. It dropped on May 6th. So it's been about, let's see, as I'm shooting this, 3 weeks. So it's been on the market. It's out there. So I'm happy about it. The book's been doing okay. So, for those of you who do not know, Second Chance Points is pretty much my love letter to basketball, specifically women's basketball. So, really, the story revolves around the main character named Ajoa Carrington. We follow her from her youth when she's a high school ball player playing her senior year. So, we just see her like being on the courts, you know, saying both regular courts and on the playgrounds, just showing what she can do as a ball player. And so, it's really about her just gaining that respect that she deserves as a last baller. So we basically follow her from her teenage years as a child to when she's playing in the professional ranks for the Independent Basketball League, or the IBL. That's the professional league she plays for. And she plays for a team called the Carolina Roar. And so you said she had a great high school career, great college career. Then she enters into the pros and she starts playing for the Roar. And pretty much everything goes kind of bad for her. She's been stuck on the team for 4 years. They've not been a very good team. Management has not done a lot, actually, I should say, to really help bolster her chances for being a competitive team, and her being a really great player and being able to really showcase what she can do as a player. So she's kind of at a crossroads of her career, because now she's entering her last year of her contract. And it's like, okay, do I stay with the team? Do I go, or do I just completely quit? Because I've hated the last 4 of my 5 years playing here. It's like it's gotten to the point she really just does not like to play the game of basketball anymore, because as you saying, the team did her really dirty. So now a new management team takes over. Obviously, they see her for the starter she is, and they're like, what can we do to keep her on the team? So it's basically about like, yo, let's rebuild around her. Let's do what we can to keep her here, and hopefully she'll resign with the team. And so one of the things that they do is they restructure the team, get rid of a lot of bad players, bring a whole bunch of like young players. You see, they do a lot of drafting and whatnot, and then they also bring in a particular player named Kiki Salo. She is actually a former star player in her own right. And unfortunately, she's fallen on some really hard times, and she's kind of fallen from grace. So she's not looked at as the star player that she used to be. So she gets traded to the Roar, and so the whole thing is her and Ajoa's games need to be able to mesh together. And Ajoa actually knows who Kiki is. Like, she's like this star player that she really looked up to as a young girl. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, Kiki kind of comes with a lot of baggage. So that's kind of like, well, okay, will they be able to mesh their games? You know what I'm saying? Will Kiki be able to help the team? But she has kind of a reputation of like ruining teams. So everything's just basically about like everybody getting the opportunity to prove themselves and be able to show what they can do, and just really just give them the respect that they deserve and what they've been able to do and accomplish, especially on this elite level. So I'm gonna actually leave the description right there. So hopefully that'll interest you guys in wanting to buy a copy of the book or download it. So yeah, the book's been out for at least a good 3 weeks by now. And also, I was able to talk about it. I actually did a radio interview recently out here for WCOM-FM out here. I believe it's 103.5 FM. It was on the Chris and Jenny show. So I was actually able to do that on May 13th. And it was a very good interview. So I got a chance to talk about second chance points and my writing career overall. So it was good. It's actually now in podcast form. It's available on YouTube. So you just look up this gentleman named Chris Amsbury, and so it's I don't remember the episode's number, but it is called Second Chance Points. So it is talking primarily about my most recent book. So definitely go on YouTube and check that out. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode of the Rough Draft. I'm gonna make it kind of short. So definitely, if you want to get copies of Second Chance Points, it is available in paperback format. So you know we can go get it. Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, and Books A Million. If you want to download it in ebook format, it is available in ebook format, Kindle, Nook, and Scribd. Don't ask me why it's not available on Carrrboro or iTunes. They on some dumb shit. It's also available on Tolino and Viblio. It's also available in ebook format for libraries. So you know where you go get it. Overdrive, Hoopla, Baker and Taylor, Biblioteca, and BorrowBox for those of you who are in Australia and the UK. So thank you very much for tuning into this latest episode of Rough Draft. As I always say, keep the fist raised. I'm always on my literary grind. And I'll hit you guys next month. All right. Thanks a lot. Peace.